Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines we have the launch of the third edition of the conference and sales exhibition at the People's Palace. Israel aggressions against Gaza Strip continues claiming new civilian victims. Welcome to our newsroom. The Women Association in Djibouti, in partnership with the Djibouti Chamber of Commerce, organized a ceremony to launch the third edition of the conference and exhibition sale on Saturday, 9 November 2024. The launch ceremony took place at the People's Palace. The Women Association in Djibouti is a 100% women association created specifically for women entrepreneurs with the aim of promoting and developing their activities. The aim of the event is to showcase the commitment and innovation of these entrepreneurs. The ceremony was attended by the Minister for Women and Family, Muna Osman Aden, the Secretary of State for Investment and Private Sector Development, Safiya Mohammed Ali Gadile, the Minister of Youth and Culture, the President of Chamber of Commerce, the UNDP representative, the President of the banks, the President of the Women Associations, and a number of businesswomen. The event is part of the Women Association's commitment to an impact on the development of women entrepreneurs in Djibouti and other regional countries. For his part, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, Yusuf Musa Dawale, said that the event is part of the Djibouti Women Association's commitment to an impact on the development of women entrepreneurs in Djibouti and other regional countries. The Secretary of State for Investment and Private Sector Development, Safiya Mohammed Ali Kadile, took the opportunity to congratulate the Women Associations on its success. The Women Association is in Djibouti is a 100% women's association created specifically for women entrepreneurs with the aim of promoting and developing their activities. The aim of the event is to showcase the commitment and innovations of these entrepreneurs. The Minister of Women and Family, Muna Osman Aden, took the opportunity to congratulate the Djibouti Women Association on its success. The association in Djibouti is a 100% women's association created specifically for women entrepreneurs with the aim of promoting and developing their activities. The aim of the event is to showcase the commitment and innovation of these entrepreneurs. The launch ceremony of the third edition of the conference and expo sale officials visited the wind exhibition stand. The event brought together dozens of talented young entrepreneurs to present their innovative ideas and products. Official walked to the isles of the stand to discuss with the exhibitor and discover the product and services they had set up. The event aims to promote women's initiatives in the business world and inspire the next generations of entrepreneurs. This exhibition is an opportunity to celebrate the commitment of women in the entrepreneurial world, to strengthen exchanges between professionals and to promote an environment conducive to the development of women in the business world. Finally, the exhibition held alongside the conference illustrates the support of women and young entrepreneurs for the Djiboutian economy by encouraging the consumption of local products and services, thus creating a virtuous circle. As part of the National African Youth Week, the National Agency for the Promotion of Culture organized a conference on the historical and cultural relations between Djibouti and Sudan. The country is in the spotlight this year. The event took place on Sunday, 3 November 2024 at the auditorium of the National Library Department under the patronage of the Ministry of Youth and Culture. The conference held under the patronage of the Minister of Youth and Culture, the conference held under the theme of peace and intercultural dialogue was attended by the leading diplomatic figures, including the Sudanese ambassador to Djibouti and the Djiboutian ambassador to Sudan, Professor Dr. Yusuf Ali El-Rayah, an academic and expert in history, led the conference outlining the many dimensions of bilateral relations between Djibouti and Sudan. In his speech, Dr. El-Rayah highlighted the historical interactions marked by cultural and religious exchanges which have forged the solid foundations of brotherhood and cooperation between the two peoples. In his brief speech, the Sudanese ambassador to Djibouti, Mohammed Saeed Hassan, expressed his great satisfaction at taking part in this conference. Ambassador Isa Khair Roble took the floor to express his deep gratitude to the Minister of Youth and Culture for her support for these unique initiatives while praising the excellent preparation and organizations of the event. The Djiboutian diplomat stressed the vital importance of the conference theme, which highlights the strong cultural ties between the two sisters countries, the Republic of Djibouti and the Republic of Sudan. Referring to these relations, Ambassador Roble recalled that these links are as old as time itself is nurtured by historical and cultural exchanges of great deeds. In his speech, the Sudanese ambassador to Djibouti, Mr. Mohammed Saeed Hassan, expressed his great satisfaction and at taking part in this conference on peace and historical cultural relations between the Republic of Djibouti and the Republic of Sudan. The Sudanese diplomat pointed out that this conference comes after a series of the events organized as part of the National and African Youth Week with the participation of a group of young people from Sudan and neighboring countries. In his speech, the ambassador said that these fruitful meetings offered young Sudanese people the opportunity to discover a new environment and to exchange ideas and perspectives with their counterpart from Djibouti and neighboring countries on key issues such as peace, development, and the fundamental role of young people, a key player without whom it would be impossible to achieve the objectives set. For her part, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Hiba Mumin Asowe, stressed the vital importance of the conference theme, which highlights the strong cultural ties between the two sister countries, the Republic of Djibouti and the Republic of Sudan. Referring to these relations, the minister recalled that these links are as old as time itself is nurtured by historical and cultural exchanges of great depth. Under the aegis of the State Secretariat for Sport, the Djibouti Athletics Federation organized the 7th edition of the Ali Sabih race this morning in the capital of Ali Sabih. The sporting event was attended by the first Deputy Prefect, Saeed Wabir Asowe, the chairman of the Ali Sabih Regional Council, Sharmaki Hassan Allale, the members of Parliament, Ilmi Mahabe Wa'is, the president of the Djibouti Athletics Federation, Saeed Ismail Hassan, and the regional director of the State Secretariat for Sports, Ahmed Musa Okiye. A total of 200 youngsters took part in this race in the various categories of cadet, junior, and senior. This major sporting event is in the southeast of the country, ended in a festive atmosphere that delighted participants, spectators, and organizers alike. The Ali Sabih Sport Days ended with the presentations of trophy to the winners of the various events on the program, the winners of the 8 kilometer, 5 kilometer, and 2 kilometer races, which each presented with the trophies by the organizers. The president of the Djibouti Athletics Federation, Saeed Ismail Hassan, indicated in a brief statement that the 7th edition of the annual Ali Sabih race was organized with the participation of many young people from the region. He specified that this event arouses great interest among young people and expressed his gratitude to the local authorities as well as the military units of the region for their active participation and their crucial role in the success of this edition. For his part, the president of the Ali Sabih Regional Council, Sharmaki Hassan Allale, presided the efforts Maki Hassan Al-Lale praised the excellent organizations of this race, which took place in ideal condition. He took the opportunity to congratulate the Djibouti Athletics Federation, organizers of this annual event in Ali Sabih, with the participation of the many young people from the region. The president stressed the importance of the presence of the famous Djiboutian athlete Robla Jama during the 7th edition of the annual Ali Sabih race, specifying that this constitutes a real model for young Djiboutian runners of the new generation. For her part, the acting prefect of Ali Sabih, Saida Wabri Asowe, expressed her great satisfaction at participating in the current editions of the annual Ali Sabih race organized by the Djibouti Athletics Federation. She expressed her sincere thanks to the federation for the considerable efforts made to ensure the success of this race, which brings together dozens of young people from Ali Sabih. With a view to promoting physical and sporting activities for all, the State Secretariat for Sports, through its regional subdirectorate, is taking actions and organizing the second editions of the Inter-Services Tournament, a sporting event that brought together 14 teams from the various departments of the city. This tournament has become a most-attended event, promoting not only competitions but also team spirit and between the different service corps. The event took place on the legendary Harak pitch, an iconic venue that has hosted many sporting events. The pitch was filled with cheers from an enthusiastic crowd of families, friends, and supporters from the various districts of the White City. The atmosphere was electric, with every pass and goal scoring opportunities accompanied by chants and shouts of encouragement, creative, festive, and friendly atmospheres among the personalities present. We could note the participations of the eminent figures such as Khadija Ibrahim Idris, the Secretary General of the State Secretariat for Sports, Habib Jilani, the Deputy Prefect of Tajura, and Abdul Qadir Umar, the Vice President of the Regional Council, Ahmed Ali Muhammad, the Vice President of Obok, Umar Hassan Abdullahi, the Director of the region, is Captain Ilmi Hassan Iltre, Head of the Police Detachment in Tajura, Mr. Maki Tahir, Head of the Gendarmerie Brigade of Tajura, the elders, wise men, and other officials of the decentralized and customary services. For his part, the Deputy Prefect of Tajura, Habib Jilani, said that this initiative is not limited to a simple sport competitions. It aims to offer Tajura services staff an opportunity to flourish outside of their professional duties, which are often demanding and stressful. Sport is recognized as an essential vector of well-being, not only allowing people to stay in shape, but also to strengthen social ties. Participants were able to enjoy moments of relaxation, exchanges, and sharing, thus strengthening team spirit and solidarity. The director of the regions of the State Secretariat for Sport, Omar Hassan Abdullahi, said that the second edition of the tournament was crowned with the success, generating palpable enthusiasm, commitment from all participants. The participating teams demonstrated their patience for this tournament, illustrating their determination to win the title of while demonstrating fair play and mutual respect. In conclusion, this inter-service tournament in Tajura is much more than just a sporting event. It represents a celebration of the community, an opportunity to promote health and well-being, a way to strengthen ties between the different services. For the international scene, Gaza, 14 dead in a strike on a school in Gaza. A school run by the United Nations transformed into the shelters for displaced people was attacked by an Israeli strike. At least 40 people were killed and dozens more were injured. The Israeli army said that the building located in Shati refugee camp west of Gaza City was used by Hamas to plan and carry out attacks against Israel. The contingent also said it had taken measures to limit the risk of harming civilians, including the use of the precise munitions and aerial surveillance. The United Nations said that in September that about 85% of the schools in Gaza has been hit and damaged, and many needed major reconstruction to resume operations. The UN Refugee Agency said 70% of the schools it runs had been hit, and 90% of them were being used as shelters. The member states are working on a next generation combat ship project. EU defense ministers will meet in Brussels on 19 November to discuss the issue. Could a European corvette soon see the light of day? In Paris, the Euro naval exhibitions ended with hopes for enhanced military cooperation with the EU. According to the European Defense Agency, member states have begun work on building a new generation combat ship by 2040. EU defense ministers will meet in Brussels on 19 November to discuss the project. And Italy sends a second asylum seekers ship to Albania. An Italian Navy ship carrying migrants expelled from Rome has arrived at asylum processing centers in the Albanian town of Shengin. The transfer marks the second movement of the migrants from Italy to Albania under a regime in which Albania has agreed to host thousands of asylum seekers while Italy processes their cases. The deal has drawn criticism from human rights groups who see it as a dangerous precedent. They fear that such outsourcing measures could undermine the asylum seekers' right by outsourcing their processing outside of the EU. And to close up this edition, the COP29 supporting small farmers is a key investment for climate adaptation. The 29th annual United Nations Climate Change Conference will be held from 11 to 22 November in Baku, Azerbaijan. A key issue at the meeting will be to set a new collective quantified target to finance climate actions in developing countries beyond the 100 billion already mobilized each year. The president of the International Fund for Agricultural Development, Alvaro Lario, explains that COP29 is a decisive moment to negotiate the amount of contributions from rich countries to help developing nations address climate changes. IFAD calls on world leaders to endorse a plan with a specific target for adaptation, prioritizing the needs of smallholders farmers, he emphasized that. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.